What is up, everybody? Welcome back to FLA Exposure, episode 284, the official FLA 23 podcast, pre-show podcast, I guess, sponsored by our good friends at Top Shelf Trading Post. Make sure you check them out, grab some goodies on your way to our show. And John, hell of an announcement this morning, buddy. How you doing?
Good. Finally, eh? Something we've been keeping close to the chest for, I guess, a couple of years now. And things are finally in order and the deal's worked out. And the cat's out of the bag, man. It's a big one. And I'm sure you feel the same way as I do. It's like a bit of a weight off our shoulders. Just knowing that it's finally real and, bringing the East Coast to Fight Pass. It's massive, man. So
that's it.
Yeah,
we might announce it right here, folks, for anybody who has not heard. Obviously, we just posted on our social media, like John just mentioned, we've signed an exclusive UFC Fight Pass video on demand partnership. So all of our events here exclusively, replaying. Is it, John?
Yeah, exactly. After our event, the full show will be going to the UFC, and they'll be doing with it as they wish, posting at their discretion, whatever they want to. But the UFC is interested in, of course, athlete development on the East Coast of Canada, and that's big news for Fight League Atlantic, and big news for everybody that's been working with us and fighting and coming out here to fight the local guys. It's massive, man. And I guess we should probably, give a shout out to Peter Clark for getting the ball rolling on this for us, and Neil and Techi and everybody else that Mick Maynard for giving us a shout out, and everybody else that, helped make this happen. I'd say it's a bit of a swing for the UFC, the size of company they are. And where we're at out here, man, we're 5 years in, going into year 6, and we say it all the time, man. Wait till you see us in another 5 years, and this is just gonna move things along even quicker and give our athletes the showcase that they deserve, man. It's fucking amazing.
It is really amazing. Like that, was always our game plan to, we want to partner with the best and be in, talks of the best and be amongst the best. And there is no better people to be surrounded by than the people at the UFC who are putting on events, high class events all over the world and producing world class talent. And it's phenomenal for our athletes, to have that connection, in that you can go from amateur to pro and FLA and right up to the UFC now. And it's massive, man. So like you said, John, a big thank you to all of our staff too, and people who've kind of just been there from day one, really slugging it along and kind of following a dream that we've all had. And it's to think of what we all did, like from you doing a Bio Open, man, and I went to my first tournament that you ever hosted, and that was my first competition, experience, I guess. And you started that. And then there was sub series, and then there's now the whole community and how it's developed. It's just a huge win for everybody, man. So I'm super proud of everybody, you and the team and everybody w's really contributed. Danny and the list. I don't want to start naming names.
The list is long, but you're right. Danny's a big part. Dave, Timmy, Chris, everybody that's and a bunch, the cage guys we mentioned a ton. Everybody that helps out. It really does take an army. The athletic commissions that we work with. In Nova Scotia with Hubert and Denny and New Brunswick. Everybody that's just helped make all these events happen and be successful. I mean, it is a business that you could just as quickly, be in and out of, bankrupt and gone. And we've been fortunate that we've had the support of everybody involved and fortunate enough that we're going into our 23rd live MMA event this weekend. It's another big card, and we say that every time, but it's, it takes years to develop these guys, and that's where we're at, man. They've had the fights now, and they're building their careers, and we've got debuts again, and we've got some FLA veterans, and it's just sick, man. It's great to see. I mean, I'm a fan of the sport first. There's no question, and just to be part of it in any level is a blessing.
100%.
Looking forward to this weekend, man.
Unbelievable. It's like being as close as like like yeah, man. Like I've never been signed to anything in my life, so it's like you know what I mean. Like so it's
Yeah.
incredible for us, like on the East Coast as a community, man. Everybody's had such a massive part in this, John. From like I'm talking 20 years, like or longer,
Mm.
like even from back, you know, like the early days, man. Like it's really taken it's a whole new kind of head of its own here, man, and just developing into a big thing. And it's pretty damn awesome, man. So 2026 is going to be as the young kids say, a pretty fire year. So
Yeah.
let's get it cracking, should we? Bam,
Let's
bam.
do it, buddy. Let's get on to the show. FLA 23 is coming up. Obviously, we wanted to start the year off with an absolute banger. Back at the Coliseum in Moncton. You know, we love the Coliseum. It's just such a fantastic venue. And man, tickets have been going. You know, people are interested. There's a lot going on right now in our community. And yeah, let's get into it, buddy. Fight one. Why don't you take this one?
Yeah. So this is an interesting fight because obviously he's there's two 205ers, I guess, which we don't see the big boys in there too often, man. So it's interesting to me because we certainly need more guys in that division. And you look, I've heard Victor, he was supposed to fight in the last card, and it didn't happen. So now he's coming back. He's fighting Charlie. Obviously, Victor. I've heard lots about him. I don't know Victor. He's one of your guys. Looks super athletic, super durable, and just like a powerhouse kind of athlete that looks super exciting. And definitely do not want to get hit by that fist in the picture. I can tell you that. And,
I can tell you that for sure.
yeah, and then you got on the other side, you got Charlie, who's like, obviously he's Ben Leese's brother. So if anybody knows what Ben Leese is like, he's, Charlie is going to bring the same intensity, the same kind of, he seems a little bit a different kind of approach to how Ben did, obviously early in his career. But I think from what I've heard too, the kid's a gamer, man, and I think you're going to see a phenomenal fight to start the card, John.
Yeah, I have no doubt that Charlie's a gamer, man. You know, he looks like an athlete. Vic's an athlete. You know, to have two 205ers in there that are, in such good shape and so athletic, is going to be incredible. And as always, this is the card or the show that's opening the card because it's going to set the standard for the rest of the night. Oh man, I'm excited for this one. I'm not going to lie. It's it's going to be crazy, man. And with two guys this size, the amount of power they throw, it's going to be something to see.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's exactly it. Like you want these two guys. Like I'm interested to see. Like I highly doubt you're going to see grappling early, but again, prove me wrong. I guess we'll see what happens. But I think you're going to see these two guys kind of meet in the middle and kind of take it. It's your first fight in a big crowd. You're opening the card. It's that moment, right, to compose yourself and decide like, what am I here for? What's my game plan and kind of stuff. So we'll see which one of them takes the lead and I guess go from there. But as a fan, I'm hell of excited.
Yeah, me too, man. I mean, obviously I'll be in Vic's corner and rooting for my guy, but I wish Charlie all the best as well, man. He comes from a good team, and I'm sure his brother will be in his corner. And yeah, it's gonna be a good contest, man. And both guys should just be grateful that somebody else that fits the mold is willing to step in and test their skills, right? I know Vic's been wanting to do some competition for a while now, but it's like you said, it's difficult, right? He had a fight fall through, and there's just not a lot of guys around at that size in that division.
And that's the thing, like for people who like are new to the sport or may not know, like when at the amateur ranks, and a lot of times in the professional ranks and regional promotions, obviously people are working full time, and like whether they're students or full time at work, and you lose a camp, and which happens to a lot of people. It's a difficult sport that way, and these people are training most times every single day or 5 days a week, the most, sometimes twice a day, and when they lose a fight, it's obviously a hard thing. But you got to be impressed by the composure of all these amateurs and people who just kind of get back on the horse and are just like, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
we'll be on the next one, because that's the, there's 5 shows a year, like, which is a lot, honestly, man, out here. So you got to take advantage of those opportunities and really run with them.
Definitely. Yeah.
Speaking
All right.
of fight number 2, Jackson Beadle out of Mainland MMA taking on Mitch McPherson out of the Vault. What do you think, Johnny?
Yeah, down to 155 for this one. So Jackson's a new fighter. Mainland MMA must be the newest school in the Maritimes, I would think, or one of the more recent gyms to pop up. They've started training their team, and Jackson's going to be their first fighter to come out of there. So we'll see what those guys are all about. Mitch fought my guy Guillaume a couple cards ago and was nothing but impressive. Mitch is an absolute dog. Him and Guillaume put on a fantastic show and a very competitive fight. He's willing to work himself to the bone. That's just it, right? There's no quitting this kid. He's going to go. He was on a stretcher after the last one just with exhaustion for a little while, just making sure he's okay. He was fine, obviously, but that's the kind of effort that Mitch is willing to put into a win. He's had the experience now, and he's come back to the gym. He spent a few months with his coach Dwayne and the rest of the team there. So I have no doubt we're going to see at least a 10 to 20% improvement just because he knows what it feels like now. And I think that first fight, you can be told a million times, this is the conditioning you need to be in. You're sparring with the guys in the gym that have done it maybe, but when you get in there, it is a different thing. It's more intense. The lights are on you. You're both going at 110%, and it is grueling. So Mitch has got what it takes to come back and get a win on his record. Jackson, being his debut and a new team, let's see what he's got, man. I mean, I hope he's a dog as well, and I expect these guys are going to put on a super high-paced fight. It's going to be a good one. And 0-1 and 0-0. These new guys are hungry, man.
Well said, man. Exactly. Mitch, like, very, very good performance last time. I think you're spot on there. And Jackson, he's a Pictou County boy who originally, I think, Pictou County guy, but he trains down in Mainland. I don't know if I don't actually know the whole story there, but seems like a super polite kid. And in Mainland, yeah, they're the first guy right away. So I'm excited to see what they can do and see what comes out of this scrap.
Absolutely, man. Number 3. I'm excited for this one as well. We're down to the bantamweights. The smaller guys generally, have the pace and the technical ability. Anson Cremo is a guy we saw out only once against Hunter. Unfortunately, lost to leg kicks pretty early, but had some great moments leading up to it. He's fighting my guy Ethan, who had a good showing against Carlin McVicker. He had a great debut, but unfortunately, both these guys coming in at 0-1. But both these guys now know what it feels like, know what's expected of them, and have gone back to camp, with a new, renewed sense of not urgency, but just knowing where to be at and what needs to be worked on. And I'm sure they're coming back hungrier and just, again, ready to put it all out there, man. No one wants to go 0-2. So yeah, this is going to be a pace on this one. I have no doubt. And both these guys can crack. We've seen what Ethan did with Carlin. He caught him a few good times. And Anson has some hands on him as well, as we saw early on in his last fight. And just coming from Sprawler Brawl, him and his brother are both got great hands. And that's something we were aware of going into this fight. And I'm confident in Ethan's ability to stand and trade with him.
I don't have much to follow up on that. It was good.
Yeah.
It's honestly, they're both exciting. I was super impressed with both of them, and
yeah, same.
Yeah, I'm like this. I'm interested to see where this fight goes. Like, if it stays like a kickboxing battle, that's like stand-up fight, I'm kind of getting interested. But otherwise,
you never know, right? MMA could be a couple kicks, and someone decides enough is enough and takes the shot. But We're in different area codes, dumbass.
All right, here we go. On to the next fight. Kristen Brenton
You take this one, brother.
Taking on Ashley Bartels. So she's obviously arriving from the West Coast, coming here to the East Coast to fight Kristen for the first time with FLA. Quite a bit of experience stand up. She's a blue belt on the ground. She's scrappy, man, like really an intense fighter. And very confident too. I just saw on the podcast with Tim. She's like super confident, and she's here for it. She actually her flight lands any minute here in Moncton. So, but other than that, man, like I don't know a ton about her. I know she's game to fight, and she was hungry to get out here in the East Coast and prove herself. So this will be the first. I think like she'll be out here a few times. Honestly, like she wants to keep coming out here and keep competing. So we'll see. Obviously, what happens. We have a lot of females out here on the roster that are obviously looking to compete. So Kristen, man, a hometown girl from Newfoundland, just killing it, doing really, really well, putting herself out there, competing a lot, and just has the right attitude. And obviously trained at Tower One. She's at a great gym with great people. So I'm excited, man, to see the improvement she's made since her last fight as well. Obviously, it's I think FLA 20 was her last fight in Halifax with us. So I'm excited to see kind of what she does in there, and she's got a game plan, like she said in the video, kind of what she wants to do with this as a career, and see what happens. It starts with her next fight here on Saturday.
Absolutely. No, man, that nailed it. I mean, Kristen has a ton of upside potential. Ashley, I just don't know a lot about yet. Great to have another female coming out to the East Coast to fight the girls we have out here. That's the biggest holdup with female MMA is just the numbers aren't there, and it's difficult to make matchups. So whenever we can put one together, it's a blessing. And yeah, man, Kristen's got the right attitude. She's competing as much as possible. She's boxing. She's doing MMA. She's training with a fantastic team and a great coach up there at Tower One. And yeah, she's always improving, and she's always game and exciting. So it's going to be a great fight as well at 125 AMI. So yeah, great to see the girls coming out and putting on a show. I mean, last show, Nicole, and had the fight of the night. So you never
won. For Indiana.
Yes, it was. Yeah. But there you go. Right. The girls tend to come in and steal the show. So boys, you better bring your A game.
Yeah. Like leading into 2026, obviously we'll see, like we would love to see some of these girls go pro at some point and put on some female pro fights too. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So, keep moving everyone along.
Into fight number 5. Drew McPhee. Obviously, before I get going here, John, it's been I didn't want to talk too much about it on the beginning of the show, but like it's obviously been an extremely difficult week for a lot of people in our community. Sending everybody so much love and sympathies to Matt's family and to Henzo Gracie and to everybody in PEI who know Matt. Super, super difficult thing. And I have the utmost respect for these kids, man, for what they're representing and going out there to compete for Matt and staying kind of focused on the task at hand. It's an incredible thing at a young age, what they're doing and how they've held themselves together. And it's very commendable, man. So anyway, I love you. And, this show's for you, buddy.
Well said, buddy.
Yeah.
Drew being the first one on the card from Henzo Gracie. Storyline with this fight, though, is fantastic. I mean, Drew and Breton started their careers off facing each other, and Drew got him early with a TKO. Since then, it's been very difficult to match Drew. He's got one more win by submission. He's 2-0. And Breton's gone on a 3-fight win streak with finishes all in the first round. Just incredible. So he's looking to, to get his to erase that loss to Drew, and Drew's looking to prove he is the top of the division. And this is for the 135 title. It's a 5-round advanced rules fight. Incredibly exciting. Two prospects that if they stick with the sport, both of these guys should have long professional careers ahead of them. They're young and they're extremely talented. So I don't know what's going to happen, man. You cannot count out Breton at all, man. This guy improves constantly, but we know Drew's doing the same thing, and we haven't seen Drew in a while. So who knows what he's been cooking over there with the boys at PEI. Like I said, it's such a strong team and a crew, and all these guys are going to be fighting with a little extra, you know,
Oh yeah.
this weekend. So it's damn, man, it's gonna be a good one, and it's fantastic. We're finally getting to put our 135-pound title up for the amateurs. This is a belt that has never been contested for in FLA history. So
Here's a fact. Love that. Love that.
yeah,
Yeah, man. It's may the best man win, and you got to commend both of these kids. Like as soon as Breton won there in Moncton, and as soon as he was walking back, I was like, hey, I grabbed him, talked to him, TJ. I was like, hey, like now next fight is Drew. Yeah, let's go. And both of them accepted right away, and that's what you want to see, man. A healthy competition between these two kids. Not often a rematch at the amateur level happens. For these kids to stick it out and just keep fighting at amateur, getting that experience and taking this rematch, understanding the situation, who's available, who deserves the fight, and who wants to fight, and yeah, man, super excited for this fight.
me too.
Yeah, very high level, love it.
Very high level. Yeah. So moving right along, the vacant 155 amateur title. Our champion, Jeremy MG, decided to vacate the title. I'm not sure what he's doing with his fighting career. You probably know a little better than that since you talked to him. But, this opens the door for two of the top fighters in this division, obviously. Shion also coming out of Renzo Gracie. Shion Phelan, he's 4-0. This kid's been flawless. We've seen him work grappling, work the stand up. He's just, he's a phenom. He's a great athlete. He's developing very quickly, and he comes from a great team. And then we've got Ty Gall-Borden out of Tower One. He's 2-1. He lost one, close decision. But Ty is an absolute gamer. He's an athlete. He's also just progressing incredibly quickly. He's obviously a great student, listens to his coaches and applies it. So, man, I can't pick a winner in this one either. It's, may the best man win. But these are two super athletes that are competing against each other for this 55-pound strap, man. And they're both out to make a statement that they're the best in the division, and a win in this fight is going to prove that, period.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
nobody can argue that.
No, and that's it, man. Again, it goes back to healthy competition and being like, okay, I'm training to be the number one guy, so now it's time to prove it. And
yeah,
these two guys are two local guys who've been around and competed for us quite a bit, and they deserve the opportunity to show that.
Yeah, so, man. That's the best when we have two guys from Eastern Canada fighting each other for the titles.
Especially does the story too, like Shion's 4-0, and he's Ty's 2-1. They've all pretty much every fight's like been under the FLA banner, so it's it's a cool story behind it, and yeah, may the best man win, man. And both these guys are going to represent with class. Whoever takes it and whoever doesn't take it, I don't think is going to be far out of the mix to keep going, man. Like who knows what happens in the near future in that division.
Exactly. That's part of developing as an athlete, especially at the amateur level.
Yeah, and like belts are great, but competing as much as you can, getting that experience, and that's the kind of thing. And when the belts happen, great, take advantage. But at the end of the day, take that experience, take those rounds, and get in there and back.
Yeah, buddy. All right, we're going to intermission. Go buy some swag. All right, we're back. Fight 7.
Super tight on the script, John.
You like that?
Fade in, go.
Yeah, that's right. Sponsor logo, and we're back. Fight 7 of the night. We get into our pro fights, man. Some people are probably going to wonder why this is the first fight on the pro segment of the card. We've got Gustavo Wurlitzer. He's 25-32. You talk about a veteran of the sport. You talk about a journeyman. He's coming all the way up from Brazil with his teammate Joao Machado to fight Rory Gillis, who's 3-1. I mean, the reason these guys are starting off the pro card is so we could have Joao and Gustavo separated. They're both cornering each other, so they can't fight back to back. Um, but this is just such a high level pro fight to open up after the intermission. It's incredible, man. I mean, Gustavo has fights against Kyle Prepolek and Armin Sarukian and other names. You know, while Rory just takes on anybody, man. Like, you know, I've mentioned before, guys that get the contracts back quick and, you know, are willing to fight anybody that they can. And Rory's one of those guys, you know, to not even hesitate on fighting an absolute stud with over 50 fights to his name is incredible. But you know, we know Rory's mindset. Like, Rory's here to prove he's the best, and he's here to prove to himself what he's capable of, and he wants to know what he's capable of, and where he can go with this. And it's been great to see him come up through the FLA ranks, man. One of our staple guys, no question, and an absolute stud. So this is a crazy fight for us, you know, to have the guys from Brazil up and fighting Rory again, see him come back. I mean, he got caught last fight, but that happens, and he's got the right mindset. Let's get it back. Nothing but a speed bump.
No, man, it's how, like, again, like, if you've done all the work in the training camp, and you know, if like things happen, this sport is so variable, fate like focused, like that, like things happen in a lot, and you know, it's, you got to be ready, man, sometimes for those adjustments. And it's you know, like, first kudos of the night, but to both of these guys for stepping up and you know, making the trip from Brazil to come here up and weight.
Yeah.
And also, man,
yeah, Gustavo was short notice. Yeah,
super short notice, but class acts, good people. They just you know, up here to compete and do the best they can, and for the opportunity, and it's amazing, man. And you know, first Brazilian athletes we've ever had on a card too, which is exciting for us. And
very cool.
It's all around a great thing to start the card with a fight like that. It's phenomenal. So can't wait.
Yeah, good one. Ryan Rowley versus Gino Poirier, 170. What do you think about this one, man? Ryan Rowley. Where's he coming from? He's coming from the States, right?
Yeah, he's coming from I don't want to butcher this, but Klamath Falls, Oregon. So it's
from Oregon,
USA on the West Coast there. Super good guy. This is two real classy athletes, man. People who have been like him and Gino are both kind of cut from the same cloth, like very small town kids. One from Oregon, obviously Gino from out here and just outside Moncton, and just good small town kids looking for an opportunity to compete, man. And he was looking for a pro debut, and he couldn't get, like, he's 7-5 as an amateur, holds a couple belts out there as an amateur, you know, looking for a pro debut. And we spoke, and just was grateful for the opportunity, and wanted the challenge of coming to fight Gino. And I think you'll see him compete with FLA obviously a lot in the future. He's a great kid, man, and kind of a stand-up fighter. Yeah, we're gonna see him take on Gino, obviously the local boy. Second fight in the promotion, did, you know, really well. Again, kind of in the same situation as Rory in his last fight. You know, his opponent kind of pulled out, and then due to injury, and then next thing we know, we went through over 100 people, and Alan Ruiz stepped up to take the fight against Gino. So, you know, it's kind of a similar situation, and you know, he stays on the card like Rory does. And yeah, so Gino and Ryan should be a super exciting fight. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Yeah, good to have Ryan in the mix at 170. And you know, Gino's one of our signed guys. He's got a ton of potential on the Canadian MMA scene, training out of TriStar. Great team and great coaching, obviously. So, and like you said, man, great kid to work with. You know, super easy to deal with, very polite, and just a great representation for FLA and for our sport, man. So it's great to have him back again. And that last fight too, I mean, he had a very long break between his first fight and his second fight. Was it a year or 2 years? So to come back and fight
1-0, fighting a guy with 15 pro fights. It's like
16, I think. Yeah, it was
whatever.
Crazy different. Yeah. Crazy difference in experience, and took it and won. You know, knocked the rust off, I'm sure. And consistency with a guy like that is going to be huge, right? If he can get that ball rolling, it's going to be tough to stop.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm excited for this fight. Just to see how it all kind of plays out, to see adjustments that Gino makes, to see the adjustments Ryan makes from making his into his pro debut, and it's a big platform here, and obviously with the announcement today, that's what this is about, to seeing who really levels up, man. Like that's what the UFC wants. They want kids like who are going to level up and be exciting and deliver that entertainment factor. So I'm interested to see kind of how this fight plays out and the rest of them.
Absolutely. Fight 9 of the night.
Mm,
Mitch Creighton is back after a long layoff, fairly extensive amateur career. Didn't hesitate to take the fight against Luke de St. Croix. He was 2-0, fighting out of the tower. Luke being, I mean, he's been a top prospect out here forever, man. He fought a bunch of amateur with us. He's done your grappling shows. He's done the Kumite. He's done it all, man. He's an East Coast staple for sure, and a lot of people have been watching him for a long time. So for Mitch to come out and face Luke is huge, and it's just great to get both these guys in there and see them move their career ahead as well. 145, so we should see a little more speed probably, and yeah, I mean, who knows what's going to happen? We know Luke's incredibly high level on the ground and on the feet, and Mitch
yeah,
has like I said, a bunch of experience, but he's coming off a long layoff and traveling out from out west to take on the young gun. So exciting one, man.
100%, man. It's a great fight between two guys who are. I think the thing about Mitch, man, he's gritty. Like he's obviously coming off a little bit of a layoff, but he's super gritty, and I'm really excited. The thing is, like, he's got a lot of amateur experience too, like a lot of amateur experience, man. So um, the grappling, I'm interested to see what happens there. Luke's grappling is
Yeah,
phenomenal.
yeah.
I'm interested to see what happens there. But otherwise, man, like we'll see if Mitch if he keeps it on the feet, and you never know, man. You can put someone on their back foot and pressure them in a little bit. What changes? So, but
Anything
Luke
gonna
is,
happen?
yeah, man, it really can. But Luke obviously is progressing, and he's a phenomenal athlete, and really
Former
shown.
amateur champ with FLA, and he's
Yeah,
kind of done it all up through the
yeah,
ranks.
yeah. So we'll see, man. Another really exciting fight between two guys who are looking for something to prove, right?
hmm
So, yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, me too, man. And what a main event you have put together here, brother. Why don't you talk about this? It's such a very exciting fight. I mean, Cam Nelson, absolute stud, an FLA superstar, and he's 5-1 coming off a one punch knockout, walk away, and Joel Machado looks like an absolute killer at 4-2.
Yeah. It's a fans fight, man. Like I don't think you're gonna see a ton of wrestling in this fight. I could be totally wrong. Like Cam has, you know, the guy is going back to what I said earlier, man. He's kind of got that professional athlete look and feel about him from the get go. He always was. Like he kind of gets that from playing junior hockey, but he really represents himself well. He's a classy individual, man, and to lead the way he's leading this week, seeing what like they're going through, he's the leader in that room, man.
hmm
And he's pretty commendable to watch at a young age, man, and that, like he's yeah. So I think the motivation, he's going to use a lot of motivation going into this fight, and he's obviously progressed. His last two fights have been big progression in the last
Yeah,
fights. So, but Joel's like is no slouch, man. He's very very good on the feet, and his grappling's phenomenal too. So he's looking big. He's in phenomenal shape. His striking's really good. And he throws heat from both hands, man. So I think like it's going to be a great test for Cam, another really good test for him as he progresses through his career, and just a phenomenal main event. That's what we want here, man. We want to see people go like again, like you mentioned earlier. You start from the card as two guys who are 0-0. Now, like you go to this main event at the end. It's a story throughout the night, and that's the difference between events. Like it's just like our events are so exciting. I say it all the time, we're the most exciting promotion in the country, and that's a lot of it because the athletes show up and they deliver from 0-0 right until like the pro main event. So stoked. What a fight.
Yeah. Great fight. Yeah, like you said, Cam, he's the true leader of his team. And these guys got a lot to go out for this weekend. It's a huge one. And massive amount of respect for all of them for coming out and doing what they do, carrying that torch.
Yeah, man, big time. It's incredible, man. And if you can't, like, we're all fighting here, and it's all, but man, if you can't respect that, dude, you don't got a heart.
Yeah.
It's, you put all this fighting shit aside, and none of it matters, man. At the end of the day, man, we can be excited about Fight Pass and fights, but none of it matters, man. At the end of the day, you got to be grateful for everything. And
yeah,
it's gonna be awesome, man. At the end of the day, man, he wouldn't want it any other way, dude. He's, he'd be like push forward, and he's like just a hell of a guy. So yeah,
absolutely, brother. Well, we got weigh-ins tomorrow at 3, live from the Coliseum. Doors open at 6 on Saturday. If you haven't got your tickets yet, fightleagueatlantic.com. The floor has been completely sold out for at least a couple weeks. There is generals left in the bowl, and of course we're doing our walk-ups as usual. If you haven't got a chance to get online and get them, but yeah, get on it. You don't want to miss this one. The weather looks like it's going to cooperate. It's our first Fight Pass show, and it's just an absolute banger lineup from top to bottom. So really looking forward to seeing everybody again. The whole team at FLA, the teams that come out to fight, and everybody else involved. And you too, brother. I haven't seen you in a while either.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Last but not least, you too, man. Haven't seen you.
And you too, Derek, I suppose.
Thank you. I'll be over
Yeah.
All right, man. It's going to be a hell of an event, everybody. Love you. Thank you. Travel safe. Be kind.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We descend on Moncton tomorrow. Boom.
Peace.
We're having a great time at FLA 22.